Oh my gosh.
We haven't seen each other in a month, probably. What?
I think I saw you a week and a half ago, but I'd have to check my diary.
A week and a half ago? That's not true. I had COVID.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't go near you then. That's true.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go near
Okay,
you.
so Hilary has had COVID.
I should have gotten near you.
My husband, we thought, was sick, and we were in the hospital, in the emergency room for 7 hours. And I fell down the stairs since the last time we met, but it's all good.
And then well, it's not all good. I've got a lot going on.
Yeah, that's true. I was talking about me. So she comes to Old Orchard Beach, where I'm having a vacation for 2 days with my sister-in-law and my husband.
You barely told me that you were coming. Also, do you want to share the microphone, or would you like to only speak?
So she comes to Old Orchard Beach anyway, and we make friendly talk for a while, and then we're all meeting at Ken's place in Scarborough, which is a great place to eat.
We're here right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube.
And she goes, I suggest we take a walk because I'm into athletics.
Wait, I said that?
I suggested that.
Yeah, and I'm traumatized because the last time we took a walk, we ended up in the ER.
Oh, yeah, that was another emergency room visit.
Yeah, we've been in the emergency room.
Right.
Your hair's kind of blending with the background.
So, anyway, who else says, we get in that car, she goes, how about we go do, would you say, a mini pod?
Mini pod, yeah.
A mini pod really quick.
We haven't done one. We haven't given the people what they want.
Well, I'm not sure this is going to be what they want.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
But
So we're leaving the condo where I'm renting for 2 nights at the Brunswick, which is an old bar in Old Orchard Beach.
It's a good bar.
Old good bar and good condos.
Just if you've been to the Brunswick and Old Orchard, just think about you're out partying on a Friday night and this lady's just sleeping above your experience. Your bar. That was a weird way to put that.
It didn't make any sense.
She's sleeping above your experience at the bar.
So we're leaving the condo to get ostensibly to go for a walk, and here we landed. But as we're going outside the condo door, a voice from somewhere says, "Time."
Oh, your time has expired.
No, it just said time expired.
No, I think it said your time has expired.
Oh, maybe. I thought it said time expired.
I think it said your time.
Right. Hilary starts laughing and goes, "Is this how it ends?"
I thought this was...
You get a memo from up above.
It felt very like Black Mirror, like a Black Mirror episode. Like I thought you were gonna just drop dead right there. Yeah. Your time has expired.
Our audience is gonna wonder why we keep talking about death.
I know. Well, it's been on our minds. But your hair looks nice. Did you just get it done?
No.
Oh.
All right. Let's get back to business here.
Okay. Sorry. We only have how many minutes?
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is, so we're meeting other people in like 15 minutes from now, and Hilary and I are trying to squeeze in a podcast. Do you think this is how the pros do it?
Listen, we got to get the people what they want.
Okay. So I want to say that Hilary and I saw Eric Adams. We were about 12 feet from him, maybe.
Yeah, and I already knew that he was a bad...
At the Today Show
a
couple weeks ago. I don't think we've talked about being on the Today Show.
Yes, we have.
Anyway, we saw Eric Adams,
bad.
and he was about 12 feet from us, and we saw Hoda Kotb.
12 feet is so specific.
We saw Hoda Kotb Beach, that's probably about, I don't know,
15
feet from us. And yesterday on the news, Eric Adams got indicted, and Hoda quit.
Crazy.
Just really crazy.
Yeah. But here we are.
See, that's the thing that's weird about us. There's only a few people, well, among other things, but there's only a few people that would really relate to that. Like, we find connections in everything.
Yeah, we will find it in anything we need to. Did you notice that earlier I said it's 11:11, make a wish, and everyone just stared at me blankly and moved on with their lives? No one made a wish.
No.
Someone wished for you to perish, I think, because that's why that lady
That's why it said time expired.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another sign. It's going to be on a motorcycle.
That's how you go. God, what a cool way to go.
I know. I don't think we should be joking about this.
Well, I wasn't. You were. Okay, so I feel like I had all these thoughts about what to talk about on our next podcast, and now I have absolutely nothing in my brain. Yesterday, I slept all day. And today, I'm existing on a third cup of coffee. I don't know what time it is, but it's close to just noon. So 3 cups of coffee before noon. Oh, the cap is coming off. But I will say that I will use this time to promo a vintage pop-up I'm doing this coming weekend. Nope, next weekend.
Oh, isn't it October 6th?
6th.
Yeah.
In Herman, Maine. Wait, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Herman.
You're doing
right
a good job at a promo so far.
Yeah. Right outside of Bangor. And it's going to be awesome. What's the name of the venue?
Well, it's produced by Lost and Found. The name
Lost
of
and
the
Found
venue
Market.
is some kind of... Oh, my God.
We're
so
bad.
sorry.
We'll put a link to all the information.
If you go on
a
Instagram
Sunday.
and you click on the picture of me that looks like a cave woman...
Yes. I think it's actually the flyer is the
flyer
picture.
will be right there,
Yeah.
and then you'll be your curiosity will be satiated because you'll see me dressed as a cave woman.
Yeah, exactly. In the 90s, you have to specify because it is a very 90s.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's back when cave women were living in the 90s.
It's authentic.
It's very authentic.
Yeah, that's when you were a cave woman. That is when you had a mushroom cut.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So what were we talking about today that I needed to talk about on the pod? We're going to do some mini quick stories.
Oh, yeah.
When I found a drug dealer's phone in my car.
Yeah,
we were just
tell
chatting.
that story.
We were just chatting. I went to visit my mom and their friend, and I don't know why that got brought up. Oh, she found chewing tobacco in her car and can't find the source or of who put it in her car.
My sister-in-law.
Yeah. So I was cleaning up my car once. This is probably in like 2012, and I was living in downtown Portland, and I found a bedazzled Android phone under the seat of my car. And something to know is I was driving a 92 Volvo, and it didn't lock, nor did the power steering work. There was a lot of issues with it, and it sometimes just shut off while I was driving on the highway. So, but I loved it so much. It was my favorite car. I wish I had it still. But like fixed, you know. So I'm cleaning out my car and I find this bedazzled Android phone. I'm like, I could not think of a single one of my friends who would have had that.
Bedazzled?
Phone. Bedazzled. It just didn't.
In the Android part? No
could
way.
not. Yeah, it just could not fathom who it might be. So I don't know why, but I ended up bringing it to Staples for some reason, and they were able to charge it for me because they had the charger for it, and they let me charge it. I go through it and I'm like, this is a drug dealer's phone.
Wait a minute, you went to Staples?
I don't know why. I literally cannot tell you why, but I did go to Staples and they charged it. I mean, I guess they have like, maybe I looked up the phone.
What was your goal when you went to Staples?
To have them plug it in, see if
Okay.
they had a charger.
Right.
Because I think what had happened is I Googled the make of that phone,
Okay.
and Staples popped up and they had some in stock. So I was like, oh, maybe they can charge this for me. And so they charge it and I go through it and it's definitely a drug dealer's phone. But the stupid part is this girl had a bunch of selfies on the phone as well. And then I texted the contact that said mom on it, and I was like, I found your drug dealer daughter's phone in my car. Don't know her. We'll be bringing this to the police station, I guess.
Did you say I guess, or
I actually wouldn't put it past me. I probably did say I guess.
or else give me $1,000 and we'll be good.
Yeah. Oh, I should have done that. God. Or some drugs.
No. No.
Drugs.
No.
So, yeah, anyways, I just dropped it off at the police station. Didn't, like, file a report or anything. Nothing was missing from my car. My assumption is we had our neighbors below us had some dealings in drugs that we knew about. And I think it was winter, and I think someone was just looking for a warm place to stay. And if they had a nice sleep in there, then good for them. They didn't steal anything else that I noticed. They probably did. I just had so much crap in there.
I'm sure they stole something. They probably found an old hamburger under the seat they gobbled down.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, you guys, that's my little story about a drug dealer's phone.
All right, so
We haven't seen each other in a month, but let me tell you about this drug dealer's phone.
Yeah. So I get a lot of crank calls.
Crank calls?
Yeah.
Prank? You say crank?
Here we go again, folks.
I'm sorry, did you say crank? I think you said crank twice.
Here we go again. Crank calls.
Prank! Why are you saying crank? What's a crank call?
The same as a prank. Here we go again.
Wait, what? Why are you saying that that's the same as a prank call?
Because unless I've totally lost my mind, it is.
No! Oh my god. I'm Googling this later, but I can't because we're recording this on my phone. A crank call?
I got tears rolling down.
Okay, tell me about a crank call. What?
So I get this call, and the person asks for, may I speak to, it was a family member's name. And I said, no. That's all I said. Hello, how are you today? May I speak to so-and-so? No. And he goes, well, is so-and-so there? And I started laughing. Like, and I say, obviously not. And all of a sudden the guy says, ma'am, this is not funny. Like he's a crank caller. He's a crank caller. And I laugh and he starts giving me a hard time. Like, what?
Wait, have you...
This is not funny.
I'm obsessed with you just going, no. Because he probably didn't know what to do.
Right. And so then he just changed the question slightly with the person's name on it. Like, well, are they there?
No.
And I go, obviously not.
You're kind of a teenage girl inside, aren't you?
Well, I can't stand these calls.
Obviously not.
I can't stand these crank calls.
I think how we talked about on the pod how you pranked a crank a few years back when you said you threw your laptop out the window.
Oh yeah.
I think we.
I didn't throw my laptop. Yes, people said I was in immediate danger because I had a virus on my computer, and I started going, no, I'm throwing it out the window right now. And the person on the other end said, ma'am, it's gone. I'm sorry. I don't usually promote lying or whatever, but when it comes to crank calls,
it's a right. First of all, what you're saying is like a it's not crank. It's like a what's it called? Maybe it is crank. I'm about to be a crank.
Cranky. Cranky. All right. So
don't crank my heart. My achy, cranky heart.
So I'm in the emergency room.
When? Which time?
With my husband a couple of days ago. And if you, people are going to think I'm one of these
people who's always in the emergency room, just like that doctor thought when we went to the emergency room. And I almost feel as though he manifested this.
The doctor in the emergency room comes out.
Not in the emergency room.
He goes, so you come here often?
Yeah, what? Like, are you hitting on me? Or are you assuming that I come to the ER all the time?
It wasn't even a question, even though he put it in the form of a question.
Yeah, no,
it was like a statement.
He was like, so, you come here often?
And the last time I had been in the emergency room was at least a year ago. And every time I like to say that I've gone to the emergency room, it's because it's been a possible emergency.
Oh my god.
So anyway, I forgot to tell you this. So we're in the emergency room. We're in the, everywhere anybody goes, really, funny things happen.
Wait, this is the most recent time when you're with
Gil,
my stepdad, your husband. Okay.
Yeah. And so there's a chair out in the hall, so I'm sitting out in the hall by myself, and so which is good because the emergency room was filled. And all of a sudden, Gil had said to me, "Make sure you listen for my name," because he doesn't hear well. But I thought I heard him call his name, and all of a sudden, Gil comes out with the nurse, And they head down, and I said, do I need to go this time? No, he'll be right back. 60 seconds later, they've both turned around, head back to the emergency room waiting area. I see them, and I thought, that was fast. He goes, wrong one, I'm not Daryl. She had called Daryl.
Close. Close. Did that happen to you before?
To me, we probably talked about
when
it.
I was with you.
No, I was alone.
Oh. Yes,
At
yeah.
Elswick Hospital. The woman, I could have sworn she called my name. It gets confusing because I go by several names, and we get in there and she's tells me, okay, now you got to drink this stuff, and I'm like, I can't remember what procedure I was having, but I didn't know I had to drink something, but I'm like, okay. She goes, just let me confirm your birth date.
And that's why they do that. That makes
she
sense.
got mad at me. People get mad at me for no reason. She got mad at me, like irritated. Like, you're not so-and-so.
Don't act like you wouldn't be irritated if you were in that position. Also, this morning, this reminds me that I gave my name to heat up a slice of quiche at Tandem in Portland.
Yeah.
It's a coffee place and bakery. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be like 5 to 6 minutes. And they're always busy because it's like a destination. But I wait there with my little Americano, just standing at the counter. Ryan is having his breakfast outside waiting for me. He's already finished his meal. I've been standing there for, I swear to God, 20 minutes. And then finally, the guy that had taken my order was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm waiting for my quiche. He's like, oh. And they looked through their little iPad to check off names. They're like, someone stole your quiche right in front of me. And I know who it was. It was a little old man. And I saw him do it. And I was like, that's weird. I'm pretty sure he ordered after me. But, like, maybe he got a different kind of quiche, even though there wasn't one. And I saw you, you little old man. You stole my quiche right out from under me. And I stood there for 10 minutes while my Americano got cold.
Did you steal it or accidentally take it? Was he an accidental thief?
That's up for debate.
Because we've talked about being an accidental.
Well, I would love to hear what his name is, because I'm sure as hell it's not close to Hillary. Well, maybe it's like Henry.
It could be.
Or Harry.
Harry.
Maybe it is Hillary. I don't.
It could be. I know somebody a man whose name is Hillary.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think it's the same one. Sir Edmund Hillary.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Back to the emergency room.
Oh, you're not done. I just interrupted. Okay.
So then Gil comes out again.
Yeah.
And apparently they called Gil.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I said, do I need to come? And he goes, yeah.
Did they say Gil or Roland?
Oh, it could have been Roland,
okay.
But that doesn't sound like Daryl.
Oh, Gil doesn't sound like Daryl either. You know that's Kevin, my cousin Courtney's husband. Daryl was his number one baby name. Which, like, no offense to Daryl's, but a baby named Daryl.
Well, then they could have a second boy and also name him his other brother Daryl.
Yeah. Perfect.
So they're heading down the hall, and I said, should I come? And, like, they've gone by me, and they go, yeah. So by the time I lifted myself out of my seat, grabbed my bag, and turned around, they were gone. I had no idea where to go. I walked down the hall. But
they just left you?
You just don't want to go pushing doors. That's happened to me in a hospital before, and I ended up in the the operating room.
Yeah, we did it. This is where
we did.
Yeah.
So I went back and sat in my seat, and all of a sudden this guy who clearly worked there came out. He goes, I've been sent to get you. And he picks up my bag. Oh, I had my bag and Gil's bag. Now, you know how much stuff Gil and I travel with.
You guys have big purses. Speaking of purses.
The guy picks it up, and he goes, whoa, what do you got in here? And
bricks.
He had to make 2 trips because he had to bring me my chair because they didn't have any place to sit, because we ended up in the emergency room for 7 hours, but we never got into a room. We were just in the hallway, which was that best possible situation because comedy abounds.
You got to people watch.
I got to people watch.
Yeah.
So he knew, the guy knew my name was Lynn because they had asked him to go find Lynn, and he said, are you Lynn? And I said, yes. So he, every time he would walk by us, which was probably at least 100 times in 7 hours, almost every time, he would make a joke about my name or make some other kind of joke. Like, he felt like he was bonding with us. So at one point, he thought Gil's name was Roland all night until the end. His name is Roland, but he doesn't go by it. Anyway, he walked by at one point.
Are you guys in, like, the Secret Service or something? Is that why you got by so many names?
No, but I do have a Secret Service story, but we'll save that for later.
Oh, okay. Or a Secret Service episode?
Yeah, for a Secret Service episode.
Cool.
So he walks by, and he's just walking by. Like, he was the custodian, and so he was emptying trash or whatever, and he looks at us as he walks by, and we're in hour 3 of 7. Goes, you two could sign your Christmas cards. Roland.
Wow, you should. I like this.
It's just quirky.
Wait, did you get recognized not from your TikTok, but like because you were in there with a 90-degree angle finger a couple weeks ago?
I did see both the nurse that helped us and the doctor that cracked.
Wait, is the nurse that helped us the one that sat while we argued about whether or not you were, what are you?
Wonderful. We did argue about whether or not, what my religion was.
Yeah. What are you?
No, it wasn't that. That was the registration lady.
Was she there? Did you argue with
No,
Gil?
but
What does Gil identify as? Catholic?
Yes.
Not once have these people gone to church since I've known him. Well, that's not true.
That's actually not true.
That's not true, but it feels like that because that's how long it's been since you've been to a church. Why are you disagreeing?
You think you know a lot.
Oh my God. This is when I wish my brother was on the podcast because he agrees with me. We had a whole conversation about it. You only use church as a babysitter for us.
What?
That's what you're like, they need to go somewhere, so you just left us at like a church camp.
Oh, church camp. That's a whole
day camps though too.
Day camps, yeah.
Did Courtney get hurt at church day camp in Blue Hill? Do you remember that?
Maybe
when we were little. She will be listening to this, so Court, text me. Did you get hurt?
So we went off the rails there.
The pure disgust of your face when I talk just then. You never got that eye booger out of there.
So now I keep sending her quotes from my diary.
Yep.
About religious events with which I was involved.
Yes, she really does. She is backing up her argument with facts.
I can back up all my arguments with facts, practically.
But I'm talking recent years.
Recent years? No.
I still haven't... Sorry, I'm moving on from whatever we're talking about. But do you want me to hold this?
Yeah.
Are you getting too shaky?
Yep.
In recent... Wait, what am I saying?
Recent years.
Oh, you haven't gone to church. No, oh wait, hold on. I'm trying to change the subject. And I forgot the new subject. Oh, you spoke... My mom did a talk at the Surrey Historical Society. Was it this past week?
Yeah, a little over a week ago.
A little over a week ago, yeah. And I still haven't watched it, to be honest.
That's fine.
You did immediately accost Ryan and I. You quoted your own speech to us maybe 15 minutes after you had sent us the link to watch it, but it's an hour long.
And then you were like, my own speech?
Yeah, and then we were like, what? And you were like, well, you have to listen to my speech. It's like, well, we didn't have time to. We literally just got the link.
Ryan's reaction was, it's long, Mom. I'll listen to it at work.
He did it. I would put money on Ryan having not listened to it yet.
And a family member who shall remain unnamed and ungendered. So there'll be nobody guessing who he or she is. Thanked me. He or she appreciated learning more about, and he said the name of my relative, but I didn't. That wasn't what the talk was about.
First of all, you immediately said he.
Yeah, it was a trick. We know how clever I am.
Yeah, you're so clever.
So anyway, yeah. And so this talk, so...
Wait, you gotta go into a little more detail than that, because what are you talking about, even?
Oh, well, the funny thing was, I drive by the Historical Society, and there's just this big sign there that made me laugh out loud that said, Lynn Bonzi Talk.
Yeah. She sent us a picture of that. I can put that on Instagram or something.
And I'm like, who is going to come want to see me talk? I mean,
Lynn Bonzi talk too much. That's. I should have
Lynn Bonzi, don't talk.
Yeah, I should have vandalized it.
And some of my friends had been driving by the site. I had sent a text to one of my friends that said, just reminding you, I'm going to be at the Historical Society. And she said, I know. I drive by the sign every day.
I'm reminded of when you'll be there, lady.
So the reason it struck me so funny was because my colleagues, former colleagues at the Surrey School, have heard all my stories, and they're probably thinking I'm going to go tell foolish stories, which I told a couple. But really, it was a historical society, so I was talking about my grandmother and my great-grandfather, about whom I had done a lot of research beforehand. So that's what I was talking about. But the said relative that I mentioned, without the gender or the he, she, or anything,
they
thought that because they hadn't listened carefully,
that you were
that I was talking about a different relative.
Did you correct them?
What do you think?
Actually, this could go either way, honestly.
I did.
Okay. I feel like you could have been like, I'm not dealing with this. So, was it a funny mishap? Was it like in your head, the person they thought you were talking about?
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't funny. It was just funny that
they sat there the whole time thinking you were talking about one person.
Yeah, or they weren't paying close attention. So the reason I wanted my
Did
children
you quiz them?
to pay
you
close
told
attention,
you were going to quiz us.
I was going to write a quiz.
Yeah.
I figured I'd give them a 50-50 chance and make it true or false.
What do we win if we're not taking a quiz unless there's some sort of money involved?
All right.
Or like
$20 for the person who does best.
I'm really bad at quizzes and paying attention.
$20.
Can I do this after I get on Adderall?
So, I don't know, I got to think about how I can protect the sources here. During the course of the presentation, which was really a historical presentation about the year basically in the 1920s in Surrey, involving my grandmother and my great-grandfather. But I told about us doing the podcast and the quotes that I had sent you, and one of the quotes that I used came from Surrey in 1969 or 68, and it was so-and-so hugged me.
Sorry, about 85 acorns just fell out of a tree.
So-and-so hugged me. It was divine. And so,
Do I know this person?
So this man came up to me at the end of the presentation who I did not know. And the man was probably in his mid-70s. And he said, my father was so-and-so.
Yeah, but so he's older than you.
This guy is older than me. He thinks his father was the one I was talking about, which means I would have been 15 and his father would have been 40.
Ooh, yikes. Not good.
I didn't correct him.
You didn't?
I just nodded. What am I going to say? I'm not going to go into this whole thing.
I didn't think your 40-year-old dad was very divine when he was hugging me. That's not what that's who you didn't correct.
It was too much.
That's crazy.
It was too much.
Well.
So, yeah.
Well.
Always a moment.
Do you think we should wrap up this mini episode?
Yes. There's just one thing you got to edit out of it. Ooh, food is calling. Oh, was that like your time has come or time expired?
Your time has expired.
Okay, say it together.
Your time has expired. That was almost as good as us going, Bucksport, Maine, on the Today Show. Ready? Bucksport, Maine. Okay, thanks, guys. We miss you. We'll be back with our regular scheduled programming probably in October.
No, we'll be back with our irregularly scheduled program in October.
Yeah, that's probably true. Also, wait, before we go, I just want to shout out to, I believe her name is Joanna. If you're listening to this, I did get your email. I hope you haven't been fired. And I will email you back. Our lives have just been a little cuckoo bananas recently, but I died when I got that email from your boss, and I appreciate. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking about, but
what?
You died? Your time is expired?
I am a ghost. I am literally dead. Oh, there. We gotta go. Here comes trouble. You gotta lean away. Stepdad coming through.
I don't see him.
I guess he's been here for a while. Wait, his keys are drink. Come on in the frame.
Hey.
Oh, I'm being recorded, am I?
Yeah.
Hi.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye. I can do that.
Okay, bye. We love you.